play as Jeff the Shark or Spider-Man, boy, do I have words for you. What's up, you guys? It's Jonathan Carter back with another J Carter Movies. Today, we are going to be talking about a video game that is incredibly popular right now, Marvel Rivals.
Together to victory!
For those of you that are living under a rock and have not heard of Marvel Rivals is a brand new Marvel 6v6 fighting game, but simply is basically a reworking of Overwatch. Now, don't come at me, I will explain that later. I know it's not a set for set Overwatch to Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals has a brand logo of Marvel Gaming. Marvel Games. I don't know. I think this is an add-on of that reworking that the MCU's kind of been doing with Marvel Studios, Marvel Television, Marvel Animation. I guess Marvel Games is now included in that, which is really, really sick. But yes, Marvel Rivals has taken the world by storm. It is a free-to-play game with currently 10 million players worldwide. That is insane, y'all. There is a big demand for this game. If you're playing it, you would know these matches, like when you get into a quick match, they start instantly. There's like no waiting for these matches. Marvel Rivals being basically like a Marvel fighting game in the vein of Overwatch, there are over 30 characters to choose from here, y'all, and you can feel the love put into each character, and that's something that I really admire about this game. I mean, we're talking people from Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Hulk, Wolverine, the big hitters, but even going down a little bit to Iron Fist, Moon Knight. You have some villains in there with Venom, or I guess anti-hero, Hela, and then you have like really far like Squirrel Girl and Jeff the Shark. I had heard of Squirrel Girl, but hadn't really heard of Jeff before this game, but now it seems like everybody loves Jeff. It seems like everybody loves his power of swallowing every player and then yeeting them off the map. And again, if that's something that you do, I know it's hilarious, but I have some very strong feelings about it. So, Marvel Rivals being in the style of Overwatch, it is kind of a reskin. Like, if you put gameplay side by side, which I'll put up here, it's basically 6v6 Marvel heroes, villains versus each other, given one task to do in each match, which is basically stay in this area for long enough or follow this payload to move it across the map or defend the payload. Basically, a lot of what is in Overwatch, and the style of fighting is basically the same. There are some steep learning curves here for these characters, y'all, and then each character will have a 1 to 5 star level of difficulty. So like Scarlet Witch is a 1 star, I think. Captain America is a 3-star, and then you get characters like Spider-Man, who's 4 or 5 stars. Speaking of Spider-Man, everybody wants to play as him because, you know, he's Spider-Man.
They love me.
But what I love that this game is kind of doing is that they're taking the world's biggest superhero and they're not making him the easiest to play as. Like, you have to work to learn Spider-Man. And these people who have learned how to do that, all I have to say to you is,
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Just like Overwatch, each characters have different classes. So there's your tanks, which are your more bigger, powerful characters with more health that are supposed to be in the field and take a lot of damage. Then you have characters like Spider-Man, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, Iron Man, who are more of like snipers, distance, right? They stay back from the fight. And I know there are more classes to that, and that's putting it simply, but that's kind of how it all falls out here. And honestly, after giving Marvel Rivals multiple days of playing it, the biggest thing that sticks out to me is the camaraderie between these characters. So the connectivity between these characters. So if you start a match, say, with Captain America and Thor, or Captain America and Iron Man, they'll have dialogue between each other that feels like these characters exist together.
Hey, how's the shield holding, Cap? I'm working on a shapeable proton matrix that'll really...
That's great, but English, please.
Solid light, Grandpa.
The characters have power-ups together. So if one person is playing as Thor and you're playing as Captain America in the same match, Captain America will get a power-up. And then it'll be the same thing for like Hulk and Wolverine, where Hulk will carry Wolverine. That's a big one that's all over the internet right now.
Give me a boost!
Tandy needs help.
And so that just adds another layer to the gameplay. And again, this is a free game. Speaking of, we have to go into this, of course, with free games, microtransactions. Yes, just like Fortnite, just like what Call of Duty is doing now, and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, well, not successfully, you can buy cosmetics in the game. And yes, there is a battle pass, just like Fortnite, just like Call of Duty. And while that has worked really well for Fortnite and kind of Call of Duty, Marvel Rivals feels a little different. To be fair, I haven't looked into this enough, but I don't think you earn enough credits like you do with Fortnite V-Bucks to in-game currency to buy the battle pass. The progression with Marvel Rivals seems very slow. And then, of course, really cool skins from the MCU, like they have a whole package, is behind a paywall, which is fine, but it's kind of rather frustrating when Wolverine's MCU costume looks much better than whatever this default skin is here. But at the end of the day, at least the game is free to play and there's content in it, and it seems with this massive player base, they're going to support this game, and you can feel the love put into this game. So admittedly, when I first started playing it, I was not a fan. Like I said, there's a steep learning curve to a lot of these characters. I'm not the biggest fan of Overwatch. Please don't come at me in the comments, but I guess because it's Marvel characters or the gameplay just hooked me, I like this game, y'all. It is a very, very fun game. I am maining right now Captain America. Something about him being a tank and the way he throws his shield and it bounces back, or just the controls or whatever. I'm trying to get better at Spider-Man. I also really like Scarlet Witch. I haven't tried all the characters yet. I still need to try Iron Fist, Jeff, and Wolverine is also still on my list to try, and also Moon Knight, because I like Moon Knight. But again, y'all, there's such a variety here. Like, you could put so many hours into this free-to-play game, which is really, really great. And the cosmetics don't really further you. They just give you different things to look cooler or whatever. So all in all, I think as long as the developers support Marvel Rivals, and I'm sure they're going to keep adding heroes, because, you know, we've got the Fantastic Four coming out next year and like Thunderbolts. I'm sure they'll add people in. I think if the correct love is given after the game comes out, this will be a massive, 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 very successful, enjoyable game. Side note, before we end this review, a character I really want them to add is Daredevil. If you can't tell from this poster here behind me, I'm a huge Daredevil fan. I think he'd be great. I'm gonna like petition them putting Daredevil into this game at some point, maybe when Daredevil Born Again comes out. I think he would be awesome to play as. I don't know if I'm in the minority there, but comment below if you think Daredevil should also be in the game. With that being said, comment your favorite character that you want in the game, or your favorite character that you're maining right now. All that being said, I'm going to give Marvel Rivals an 8 out of 10, but with the correct addition and enough love with this game, I think this score could easily go up to 8.5, 9, 9.5. What do you guys think about Marvel Rivals? Are you all loving it? Are you hating it? Are you somewhere there in the middle? What did you think about my review? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Put all of that down below in the comments. As we close this out, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you all on the next one.